Oh my God! Yeah, no, I really am. I love that. Right, I'm just going to go. Go. I don't think you need an introduction. Clearly. We all know, I mean, you're everywhere. Right, it's Davina. And she's with me.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Well, we had a bit of a love-in when you walked in. That was quite funny.
I know,
I was like, oh my God,
I know. I think we've got that on camera as well. So
yeah,
I'm really
good.
Right, let's go in. So, I've loved you forever. And now that I'm actually here on the sofa, and actually you gave me some amazing advice, because I'm going through the perimenopausal...
Wait, hang on, that's so good. The Merry Pause.
The Merry Pause?
The Merry Pause.
Ah, there you go.
It's quite good.
Yeah, thanks. Just came out. But, so, I now have the estradiol, which is brilliant.
Yes.
And I know that you are a massive advocate for menopause, and on behalf of all the women out there, thank you, because seriously, I said to my mum, how did you go through the menopause? And she said, you just got on with it. There was no one talked about it.
Wasn't it?
And she said she got one bit of advice from her mother-in-law, and that one bit of advice was keep busy.
I mean, my mum had a full hysterectomy at 28.
What?
In like 1970 something or other, and got no HRT. And I had a very difficult relationship with my mother, and this whole journey of learning about the menopause has gone a long way to helping me forgive and understand why she struggled so much being a mum.
Of course.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I remember my mum being really angry. Sorry, Mum, but you were. And now I get it. She didn't mean it. She didn't mean it at all. And I want to talk about your new podcast, Begin Again.
Yes.
Love already.
Yeah.
I love it. Tell me more about it.
I just love that concept of it's never too late for change.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like where you're at, you can pivot. And if you, even down to things like, if you don't like your entire friendship group, maybe you've changed and they haven't. Or maybe you've realised that in some ways some of these friends are toxic and you want to begin again. Like it's so liberating when you get to a point and you think, oh, I'm not stuck here. I can do whatever I like.
Yeah.
I can, and I want to bring the tools to you and to us, to me.
Yeah.
Basically, to do that.
Yeah.
And it's been brilliant. Sometimes it's people's lived experiences where they've kind of started. Paloma Faith's on this week, and she's talking about her divorce. We've had sex and relationship advice, you know, if like you want to kind of rekindle something, or if you're starting again at 50 and you suddenly in a new relationship and it's like, oh my God, what do I do? So it's just all encompassing. Begin Again, such a lovely broad subject. And it's kind of ageless. Anybody of any age can begin again. I remember being at school, moving schools at 13, and I'd been a bit bullied when I was in junior school. And I thought, bullying might be too strong a word, but I was sort of excluded because I was a bit different. I lived with my granny and, didn't have like certain things that everybody else seemed to have. And I thought when I got to London, I moved in with my dad and my stepmom, and I was right, I'm beginning again. Right, that's it. Nobody knows me. I'm totally reinventing myself, and I did.
Amen to that. I love that.
Yeah.
And you're right, it is ageless. It could be anyone, anytime. Yeah, I love that. And I also love when I spoke to you, I think last year, you talked that going through the menopause, you know, it could be like the next act. It's your next chapter, and it doesn't have to be this awful, thing. It is actually liberating. It is a journey, and it is liberating. And I do have a question for you that I'm sure lots of women would love to know. You look fabulous. What have you done to kind of keep yourself looking and feeling great through the menopause?
Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't always look and feel great, so I just want to say that.
I disagree,
but anyway. It's been a journey, and seeing me on telly is not a true and proper representation of what I looked and felt like. You know, I had an army of people, but I would say for a good 5 years, I really was struggling with self-image and with what was going on in my head and
Yeah.
who was I and where had I gone?
Yeah.
What happened to me?
And it's mad to think that Davina McCall would go through something like that, because we do look at you on TV and you think you are, obviously you have this persona when you're on TV, and it's just really relatable and nice to know that we all go through.
And I think
things like
what I was really sad about was that because I didn't really know what was happening to me and I was a bit scared, I'd never told anybody. So I was like faking it.
Oh my god,
Which is horrible.
Yeah,
it's the worst
that
feeling of
is.
all. Anyway, afterwards I tried to kind of say, this is how I felt, and I understand if you feel like that too. So, but I think now it's an inside job, and I think literally almost on the dot of my 50th birthday, I sort of went, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the next chapter. And I've gone deep inside. I've gone, I look after my body much more. I look at what I eat. I exercise. I take care of myself because I want to live longer and better for longer.
Yeah.
Not be incapacitated or ill or
absolutely. And what advice would you give to your younger self if you could go back and talk to your younger self?
Oh well, I mean I think the big thing is that it's all going to be all right.
Yes.
I mean I spent a long time thinking I don't know what's going on when I was really young, up until I was about 24 when I got clean. I just thought, is this it? Is this my life? Because this is tough. I wasn't a victim. I want to say that I wasn't a victim, but I was like, am I going to find myself, or is something good going to, am I going to get something? And I did. I took control of my life. I think the minute I put down the drugs, I was like, okay, who do I want to be?
And it's amazing that you actually could do that at the young age of 24. Like, what made you say enough with the drugs?
I think what it was that my granny brought me up until I was 13, and she really taught me some good morals and manners and what it was to be a good person, or the right and wrong thing to do. And I knew what I was doing was wrong, and I knew that I wasn't a reliable person. I wasn't the person she believed me to be. And I was so sad about that. And then I thought, I don't want to be this person anymore. I am not this person.
Yeah.
I'm either gonna sort myself out or I'm gonna die. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I kind of want to say this if anybody's young or watching, or if anybody's got a kid who's struggling a lot.
Yep.
It's weird the thing that happens, but I remember my best friend said, we're talking about you. Every dinner party I go to, I'm talking about you and what's happened to you. And I was so full of shame about that, that was the thing that made me go, God, I've got to the point so low that everybody's discussing what a mess I am. Got to sort it out.
It's good that you have those friends to tell you that.
Yeah, and something will happen, and you've just got to love someone.
Yeah.
Provide the base and the foundation for someone to get better, and just trust in the process.
I love that. And what would you say has been your most memorable moment in your television career? I know that's a lot to ask because
all of Big Brother.
Career. Yes.
All of Street
Big
Mate.
Brother. Yes.
Street Mate was like the funniest show I've ever done.
Yeah.
I'd start the day with nothing. Like nothing. No contributor. I'd have to find the contributor. I'd have to find them someone to date. It was so funny. Yeah. The carnage we caused in all cities around the UK. Big Brother, like no one ever knew what was going to happen, least of all me. I had no idea how any show was going to pan out. I used to love carnage television, chaos.
Yeah.
Really good fun. So anything like that. This year's been mega.
Yes.
And getting the NTA and being totally surprised.
I was there that night.
Were you?
I was there, and when I was like, yes, Davina! Of course, I was there. It was amazing.
Michael,
so deserved
Michael
it.
knew. Michael
Did
knew
he?
for 2 months. He knew.
Oh
and I was
my
looking at
God.
him because she said Hannah Waddingham.
I know.
Hannah Waddingham said the word menopause, and everyone in the row in front of me looked at me, and I thought, is it? And then I thought, don't say that out loud because it might not be you.
Oh my God.
It might still not be you. And then I looked at Michael. And he laughed.
Oh
and
my
I was like,
God.
oh. And then a film came up, and then people are talking about me. I was like, what's going on?
How does it feel like when you were walking up to the stage? You're just like, how?
Oh, I mean, I it was quite funny because I don't remember any of it. I watched it back 2 days later,
Oh my God.
and I thought, oh my God, I am so ugly crying. I literally had snot coming out of
It's
everywhere.
real.
And I was thinking, what am I
Real.
going to do with this?
No,
like, I was literally
lovely.
on the verge of doing that,
Yeah.
you know. But it
was brilliant.
Can I just say, Louise, it was like the best thing that's ever happened.
But it's so well deserved.
I'm like, oh.
I mean, come on.
Honestly,
it's
it was
brilliant.
just,
It's
it
brilliant.
was great.
Oh my
And
god.
is that bad to say? Is that weird to say? But
No!
I'm like,
Oh my
I've
God,
never
own
been
it.
so
No,
chuffed.
it's
It was
amazing.
like so good.
No, it's brilliant, and you totally,
Yeah.
absolutely deserved it. And
Thanks.
also,
Thanks.
next year you have a book coming out.
Yes, birthing. Oh, I'm so excited about birthing because people are a bit like, oh, have you not done this the wrong way round? Like you've done menopausing and now you're doing birthing. But birthing is something that I've always wanted to write about because I feel like we get gaslit around birthing. Like people, first of all, people tell us, we so have faith in everybody that we don't know what we're doing when we're giving birth. And so we trust people, but we get different views on things. And I've written this with an amazing midwife and she knows all the facts. And you know, when your waters break, how soon before you have to be induced, how soon can you this will empower you to ask for the birth you want. I am not a natural birth Nazi. I had my babies at home, but I chose to do that. If you want to have an epidural, if you want to elect to have a cesarean, do it. And this book will tell you how to have the best birth, whatever you want.
And I like that because the books that I read were very much this will happen, then this will happen, this will happen, and if it doesn't happen that way, you're like, well, what's wrong with me?
Yes,
and
then
you failed. You failed, and then I've still got a friend, and her kids are 9 and 12, and
she's
she's
got PTSD.
still, and she's still like, I failed giving birth. I'm like, you, they're here. You did not fail, and because she gave birth with forceps, and I'm like,
but that's PTSD, and we talk a bit about that in the book as well.
And I think I can't wait for this book to come out because I think it's a book that we probably all need to read as well. So that's brilliant.
Thanks,
Davina.
Yeah,
thank you.
I love you.
Beyond, thank you. I mean, my gosh. Oh, thank you so much for the time. I love you too. Next time I'll give you some plastic hands.
Please.